Hello, my name is Tom Toohey. I was born in Flint, Michigan in 1950. I went to Flint Northern High School and I graduated in 1968. In my senior year, I was the Viking. In June of 1970, I got caught up in the draft, but at the end of the day, I enlisted into the United States Army. June 1970. In the fall and winter of 1970 into 1971, I was stationed at Fort Devens, Massachusetts, where I learned how to copy Morse code and became an 05H20 Morse code intercept operator. In 1971, I was stationed at the 7th RRFS in Udorn, Thailand, the 7th Radio Research Field Station, where I monitored the Chinese, and no one was supposed to know we were there. And later I went to Augsburg, West Germany, where I monitored the Russians. I was discharged in 1973. In 1980, I went to New Orleans, and from 1982 to 87, I was on TV locally 5 days a week, between cartoons for kids. I still, to this day, have fans who find me.
Hi, Mr. Foote. It's a pleasure for you and me to be corresponding because I was such a huge, huge fan of yours. And I am still to the day because you spoke to me, and I'm so glad that you felt my energy. My life's goal is to actually inspire people to do something and change their current situations. And it's such a pleasure to actually be corresponding with you because, like I said, I really, really had a great deal of respect for you, and I still do.
Very far and few in between, but it's fun. In 2001, I was feeling very uncomfortable. And a friend of mine was a nurse, and she said, "Well, you're a vet, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, well, you should go to the VA and see what they can do for you, basically. And in January of 2002, they told me I had colon cancer and scheduled radiation and chemotherapy. I had a port placed into my chest, which was a surgery to put it in. Then they did the surgery, taking out the tumor. It was about a 6 or so hour surgery. And from that day onward, I don't sit like this on the toilet like most everybody else. I have a bag that I wear, and it's changed everything. And in 2008, Mom passed away, and she left me some money and a place to live and a car. And let's just jump to the situation. I received this letter November 13, 2012, and in it, this backside here says Statement of Income for Tax Year 2009, and that's me, and that's the names of the companies, and those are the numbers. Okay? I only found what I'm going to show you next out earlier this month. And it's been November 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It will be 6 years in November. So it's been 5.5 years. And I just found out what I'm going to show you now, okay? And I'll show you in greater detail closer up on other things, but I have to show you physically, I guess. I'm so frustrated, you guys. The power's going to be shut off soon. I don't have coffee in the house. I don't have money. They've been taking 52% of my pay out of me every month since February of 2014 because they think that was income, that stuff I just showed you. They think this is money I took in to my pocket. But these IRS statements right here say otherwise. This is my 1099-B for 2009 to me regarding the Trust Company of America. And it says that there is the $24,639, which is the same as this $24,639 from Trust Company of America, their letter, and it says on my 2009 1099-B form right here. See that little box that is not checked? See that little box? It is not checked, is it? It is not checked on this form. Now, since I can't read it right there, let me read it to you, what it says in this box that is not checked. Box 12. If this box is checked, the recipient cannot take a loss on their tax return based on the amount in box 2. If this box is checked, the recipient cannot take a loss on their tax return based on the amount in box 2. This box is not checked. That means the recipient can take a loss on their tax return based on the amount in box 2. I can take the loss on the amount in box 2. I can take the loss. That means that it is not income. It is not income. I can take the loss. The same tax return year now, Form 1099 DIV, it's a smaller amount, $367, substantial to me right at this moment. And right here, under instructions for recipients, this here says that I should report it as a dividend on my Form 1040A, but treat it as a planned distribution, not as investment income for any other purpose. I can prove that this also is not income on this form right here. Again, I only learned this about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm struggling with how to reach out to get someone to help me. They lost my information for 16 months once upon a time. I have filed notice of disagreement with them, which means they have to put it through, you see, it's gone through a committee, supposedly, and then been reviewed by other people when I filed a notice of disagreement. And this has happened at least twice. They've accused me of fraud, and they've used a thing called Title 38. And so I've had to learn Title 38 as well. And I've found that they're taking 52% out of me, and that's not legal. And I don't have the thing in front of me. But I'll make this information available to all of you. And here's the really good big one from 2010. They said they found that I had more of this income in 2010. This figure about Trust Company of America on my 2010 1099B has a figure right here in stocks and bonds of $74,939.34 on this 1099B form. In the corner is a little unchecked box. See this little unchecked box? This is the same one as before. It states, if it is checked, the recipient cannot take a loss on their tax return. Well, it is not checked. Therefore, I can take a loss. Therefore, they are attributing this money to me as income when it's not. And I've been dealing with this for all these years, and Consumers Energy is going to shut off the power at the end of March. They shut it off actually earlier, and I called them, and only because I'm over 65, there's a senior plan thing that goes until the end of March that they can't shut it off. But I can't pay my taxes. The power's going to be shut off, and I need help. I need someone to go to these people and confront them with this information, because I can't trust them anymore. They lost my stuff for 16 months. They keep accusing me of the same thing because they can't see the little unchecked box. Rachel, somebody's got to help me, please. I've got 2 little dogs and a bird. They're 17 and 12, 2 17s and a 12. I wear a colostomy bag. My experts didn't see this. I've had a financial expert and 2 VA reps helping me, and nobody's looked at the little papers with the little boxes on them. I don't know who to trust. And I don't have Walter Cronkite anymore. I know you'll get this, and I need help, please. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. It's actually 3:30 in the morning on February 26th, I think. I've only just realized this information. I've been obsessed with this, well, ever since I started losing my life around it. So please, you've got my contact information. Know that I don't know what else to do. Nobody hears me. Nobody's listening. The VA's not listening. I can't even trust the people I've been talking to before because they don't even know the most basic information here. I need somebody to intercede for me physically, with power, with eyes and ears and recording ability to keep track, please. And then it's not going to be enough to get my money back. I need a little compensation here. I've spent hours learning their job, doing their job for them. I've had to learn the Title 38 stuff, the IRS stuff. My poor little pets, they need me, you know, and I need them. I was only given a 7% chance of living 5 more years after my surgery to 2007. And I've been dealing with this now for at least that same amount of time. This is supposed to have been my time to get even with everything, I guess, you know, live the rest of my days. And with every new physical, of which I haven't been able to really go and do them because I'm afraid of this thing blowing up and being sidelined, won't help a bit. But with every new visit to the doctor, I expect them to tell me it's come back. I've had 2 surgeries on cancer as well. There was one that came back about 3 years later in my lung. It had found a nest there and started again. So, and with every mail delivery, I expect, the VA hasn't responded to me in 2 years. That's the thing I forgot to say a minute ago. It's been 2 years since I last heard from them. I asked for a board of review with them, and they haven't responded. They're just taking out this more money than they're even allowed to, 52% instead of 15%. That's the limit. I think I was starting to go there and got distracted, so please. I'm lost. I'm going to lose all this because they didn't check the boxes. Or, you know what I mean. Please, somebody help me.